Tomorrow gets it to White. White releases another three, and Milford absolutely scorching hot. Tamani feeling it now. That's his third three-pointer now. This has been a strong commitment to defense for the Hawks through this first half. And Kelly able to tip it in at the buzzer. The steal, Pasquette gets it back, tries to bank it off the glass and gets it in.
Good evening and welcome to the gymnasium at Milford High School. Tim and Patrick are busy tonight, so you're stuck with me, Bobby Moonchild, on the call, here to bring you Milford TV's coverage of Scarlet Hawks basketball. Tonight's tilt brings the Canton Bulldogs to town in what will be the first of two matchups this season against the Hawks. The Hawks enter tonight with a record of 4-8 and have dropped 5 of their last 6 contests, including their most recent game, a 56-47 decision on the road at Oliver Ames. Despite pulling within a possession late in the game and outscoring the Tigers over the final 3 quarters, they were not able to overcome a slow start en route to another defeat. Milford is in a desperate need of a win tonight to change the tone of their season, and they will be looking for a strong start from the entire starting 5. Canton comes in tonight's match at a respectable 7-4. After an opening night loss to Attleboro, the Bulldogs rattled off 6 straight wins, and it looked as though it would be a familiar story for the boys in green, who are often a Hockomock powerhouse at the top of the division. However, things have gone somewhat uncharacteristically for Canton, with the most glaring blemishes coming in the form of their last 4 games, where the team has gone a surprising 1-3, including 2 blowout losses at the hands of Bishop Fan and Mansfield. They will look to senior guard Devin Foster to lead the way tonight, coming off a double-double performance and a loss against the shorthanded Taunton Tigers. Foster pumped in 25 points and 11 rebounds as he eclipsed the 1,000-point mark in his career for the Bulldogs. Foster is hoping that he'll have some support from his teammates tonight. Can the Bulldogs establish offensive consistency outside of Foster? Will the Hawks be able to put together 4 solid quarters of basketball? We should have a competitive one tonight, with 2 teams looking to right their respective ship as the month of January winds down. It's Milford versus Canton coming up next, only on Milford TV.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and love of God.
Once again, Milford High School senior Harley Gonzalez.
Our starting 5 for Canton tonight: number 2, Kyle Fitzgerald; number 3, Eric Mischler; number 4, Devin Foster; number 21, Ryan Lentil; and number 32, Robbie Gallery. And for your Milford Scarlet Hawks, the starting 5 are Brendan White, Brendan Saylor, Colby Perez, Jordan Darling, and Dom Schofield. It's always a pleasure to bring Milford versus Canton to you live for any sport. We love the Canton Athletic Department. They're always gracious hosts to us when we have to go to their barn. So here we go, is Canton versus Milford. And right away off the tip, we have a foul that's going to go against the Bulldogs. Looks like Kyle Fitzgerald reached in a little bit on Brendan White and caused the infraction. So early on, the Bulldogs have to worry about fouls. All right, Brendan Saylor brings it up the court. Over to White. Over to Perez now. Perez with the travel, a little uncertainty there. Great crowd tonight. Always a good turnout from the jungle in the student section. And yet another whistle. So 3 times back and forth we've had whistles on possessions. So a little bit of nerves here early on in the game. Got to work those out. Here's Saylor with the ball for Milford. White. Schofield up top. Down low to Darling. Darling working inside but kicks it out to Saylor. Saylor misses in and out. Good shot though. Up the court is Lentil with the ball for Canton. Over to Foster. Foster, who recently hit 1,000 points in his career. And we have another whistle here. It's like a shooting foul. And we'll have number 3, Eric Mischler, at the line for Canton. He misses the first one. A little help from the jungle being a little bit loud. Canton's at the top of the Davenport right now, but Milford's actually not far behind, as the rest of the Davenport division is kind of lagging behind. Sharon's way at the bottom at 0-9. But Stoughton, North Attleboro, Milford, and Foxborough all have just 3 wins, so that's keeping them in the race for the Davenport. Anything can happen down the stretch of this season. There's still a lot of basketball to be played. Here's Perez out top, over to White. Saylor to Perez. Saylor down low. Don't usually see him down there. And White fights for the rebound, but can't get it. Fitzgerald comes down with it, brings it up court. A little start step over to the corner for Mischler, who misses the 3, rebounded by Saylor. Here's White to Saylor. To Darling. Perez to White. White puts up the 3. Back rims it, Foster down and off to the races, but he loses it and steamrolls White. But no foul there. And here's Perez getting around his man, but puts a shot up high off the glass. No good. Here's Foster now. We have a score of 1-0 early on. And that is a air ball. And thank you, Jungle, for helping me recognize that air ball. And here's Saylor over to White. Perez. Saylor to Perez. Here's Schofield inside, working hard, but in and out. That ball couldn't have been deeper in the net. It still came out. Bad luck there, but nice work by Schofield to get down low and body up his man. But he's actually going to go to the bench now. I believe he was called for a foul on that play. Maybe a little offensive push there, and in comes Corsini. Danny Corsini, early in the season, had an absolute career game. I believe he had 26 points in one of those games early on, but he's cooled off since. Let's see if Corsini can find his game again, find a shot more importantly, because when he's on, it's dangerous. All right, here's White, and there's a blocking foul. And will White go to the line? Let's see. Looks to me like he was in a shooting position, but looks like it's going to be an inbound play here. So White will take the ball, inbound it. Corsini over to Saylor. Saylor resets. Perez. Darling in the corner. And here's Corsini, and he's found a shot tonight. First shot, first 3, and it's good. And the Bulldogs better be aware where Corsini is on the court, because if he gets open, he's going to let that thing fly. And he's got a great-looking shot when he's on. So it's 3-1 now with 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Foster looks to drive, but a great play by Saylor there to get the jump ball. The possession arrow is going the other way, and head coach Paul Seaver is letting The refs know that. Jump ball, possession arrow going Milford's way, so Seaver's looking for an explanation here. He's confused. So we'll have a stoppage in play here while the referee figures that out. I'd like to say thank you to Killer Mike behind me on the 1s and 2s. Mike Sperling, our director tonight. Usually I'm the director. But as I've said before, a little shortage in commentary people tonight, so I'm on the mic. So inbounding is Fitzgerald underneath to, that's Robbie Gallery underneath. He can't, and he runs out of time. The shot clock goes off. So we had the confusion with the possession arrow, but all's well that ends well. And Milford will get the ball back. And the Jungle reminding the Bulldogs that they can't let the shot clock run down that low. And here's Corsini to the basket, gets partially blocked there. Darling up top. Perez. Corsini to Saylor up top. Saylor's going to get some coaching from the sidelines. Down low to Darling. Darling, a nice move inside, power move off the glass and in, and one. So here's Jordan Darling working for the three-point play. Seaver giving Corsini some tips here. Also on camera tonight, we have Scott Crisafulli, who just got back from a week of sanding, salting, and plowing. But he still made it here tonight, and he remembered to condition his hair. It's always looking good, Scott. Thanks for doing this game. All right, up top, we got Kyle Fitzgerald for Canton. Over to Foster. Foster takes a long three, and he sinks it. And that's the stroke of a 1,000-point scorer right there. Great shot by Foster, a couple feet outside the three-point line. 5-4 now is the score. Perez up top. And here's Saylor, who says, you want to do that, Foster? I can do it too. And he puts in a three ball. Foster with the ball now for Canton. The energy picking up in the building right now. Fitzgerald up top, being worked by Brendan White over to Gallery. Gallery had trouble under the net the last possession, or the possession before Foster hit that three. Here's Foster driving, and we'll have a blocking foul here. Looks like Darling tried to get his feet set, but couldn't. Allowed some substitutions here as Ryan Lentil will go to the bench. In comes Matt Giglio for the Canton Bulldogs. Head coach for Canton is Ryan Gordy. Gordy doing an excellent job again this year, getting his Bulldogs to a 7-4 record. Foster misses a shot. Here's Perez now, over to Darling. Saylor, Corsini. Corsini looking for the shot, but Foster was there. Here's Perez throwing up the three. Everybody likes the three ball tonight, but he misses that one. Here's Fitzgerald again. Scott's a little bit behind on the camera. He fixes that. All right, here's Darling. Got to remember, I'm commentary, not director. Corsini with the ball, and he's going to be called for travel. And we'll see a substitution here as Blanchard, Ben Blanchard's going to come in for Perez. Blanchard has provided a nice spark off the bench at times this season. A lot of energy from Blanchard. Has a good shot and a lot of hustle. And we're going to have not a bounce ball here. Going to end up Canton's possession. Lentil on the inbound here. And Foster, long three again. It's 8-7 now. And I have a feeling this game's going to be back and forth all night. Energy in the gymnasium is picking up. The crowd's into it. Here's Corsini up top. Darling for three. Foster bringing it up the court now. Ball's going to go back to Milford. We know Devin Foster has two three-pointers already. So we'll keep an eye on his scoring. Corsini now to Saylor. Brendan White. Saylor under a minute now in the quarter. Darling inside. Nice feed from Saylor driving inside. Darling was sitting right there under the net. Ryan Lentil brings it up the court now, 10-7 in favor of the Hawks. There's a miss by the Bulldogs. 36 seconds here for Saylor to work with. 21 seconds on the clock. Here's Blanchard from the corner. Oh, he misses badly. But Corsini somehow finds the ball. Keeps it in bounds, but it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. Anyways, Foster now, another three, but he front rims it. He could have taken his time there, but he hit the first 2 threes, so why not? And now Saylor, under 5 seconds here. He's got to find some kind of shot, and he hits the rim. So 10-7 is your score. That is the end of the first quarter. A lot of energy from both teams, a lot of fouls as well, a lot of whistles. This one's going to be a barn burner, that's what I think, and we'll be right back here on our coverage of Milford versus Canton, right here on Milford TV. Back inside the MHS Gymnasium, I'm Bobby Moonchild on the call, Mike Sperling on the directing, and on camera tonight is Scott Crisafulli. A little bit of a light crew due to some unforeseen circumstances tonight, but we're still bringing the game live, as we always try to do here. So live on MilfordTV.net. Here's Brendan White under the basket. He gets fouled. A lot of fouls early in this game. Right now it's 4-3. In terms of fouls, Canton with 4 right now. And here's White working underneath, and he gets 2. 12-7, Hawks. And Coach Ryan Gordy does not like what he just saw, so he takes another quick timeout. He wants to see some more active defense under the net, and that play has been there a couple of times last time down the court for the Hawks. So we'll take a break here. 7:46 left in the second quarter here on Milford TV. Back to action now in the MHS Gymnasium as Ryan Lentil inbounds the ball to Foster. Matt Giglio with the ball. And the steal by White. He's going to find Saylor, and Saylor puts it in. Nice steal by White. Giglio looks a little bit uncertain now on the offense. He's had trouble with the ball last couple times. Let's see if he can recover. There's Lentil to Giglio. I'm sorry, that's there's Gallery. And the ball is going to go off the hands of the Hawks, and it'll stay Canton ball. Here's a substitution here as Giglio goes to the bench, and in comes number 14, who I don't have on the roster. Cool. So number 14, the unknown man, is on the court. Lentil with the ball into Foster. And Canton's piling up the fouls. They now have 5 fouls here. They're going to put Milford in the bonus soon if they don't take care of their themselves on the foul aspect of things. And underneath the basket here, looked like Darling was fighting with Robbie Gallery for the ball. It's going to go against Milford. Inbounding the ball now is Lentil. Here's Lentil with the ball. Here's Mishler. Over to Gallery. Gallery can't handle it, but he regathers it, and then he smashes Sailor in the face and loses the ball. Sailor now. Nice shot by Mike there. And here's Sailor for 3. And he misses. Foster with the ball now. No real rhythm yet on either side in terms of offense. Looked like early on we were going to have a 3-ball party, but now we're seeing some plays down low. Gordy is talking to his team while Foster goes to the line. Foster misses the first one. Feeling it from the crowd there. And he misses both free throws. Canton's going to be wanting those back if Milford keeps this lead. Milford a little bit more patient now. Decent shot by White, but it goes off the rim. Lentil now over to Mishler. That's a shot. He wanted that earlier in the game, but he couldn't find it there. He was open, but Milford has the ball. Here's Sailor over to Blanchard. To Corsini. To Schofield up top, back to Sailor. Looks like man-to-man defense being employed by the Canton Bulldogs. And that'll allow Sailor to get free, but he misses. Oh, Brendan up and down and almost in. So Brendan White's going to go to the line. So as Brendan shoots 2 here. He misses the first one. Let's look at the Davenport. In terms of overall wins, Canton's at 7-4, 6-3 in the league in the Hockomock. Foxborough's at 6-6, but they're only 3-6 in the Hawk. Milford's at 4-8, but they're also at 3-6. So could get very interesting in the Davenport division. We'll cover the Kelly Rex later in this game. Back to action now. Foster with the ball, 14-7, Hawks lead. Both teams having trouble with free throws. Here's Mishler driving, and he gets partially blocked by White. White has brought his defense tonight. He's had a steal earlier. Here's Corsini driving. Blanchard tries to go up against 2 Bulldogs, but can't come down with it. Here's Lentil. And there was a substitution that I missed. Into the game now is number 11, Matt Barbaresian. Another 3-ball put up by Matt Giglio there. It's back into the game for Canton. It's Barbaresian over to Another substitution that I missed. Here's Corsini here. And Vardaresian loses the ball in the transfer, and there's a blocking foul. Lots of fouls early. It's now going to be, I believe, 7 fouls to 6. So now the Hawks with 7 fouls. And I spoke earlier about how many fouls Canton had, but Milford's going back and forth with them. So here's a timeout from head coach Paul Seaver for the Hawks. So we'll come back after this here on Milford TV. Back out of the timeout now. Vardaresian with the foul on Foster. It's a decent foul. Foster was driving. Could have had easy too, but we know he has struggled at the line tonight, so why not foul him and see what happens. And he misses the first one. So that was a 1-on-1 foul shot, and he misses it. So ball back to the Hawks. Here's Darling with a nice move, and he gets fouled by Robbie Gallery. Ryan Gordy with his hands on his hips, not happy with Bulldogs defense right now. Both teams are really putting in a physical performance here tonight. A lot of fouls, a lot of tight defense. Here's Foster with the ball. I always like to think of the Canton versus Milford rivalry as a good-natured rivalry. A lot of respect these two teams have for each other in the Hockomock. Oh, and here's Brendan White diving for a ball but can't get it, and Foster puts it in for 2. White went down hard on that play. Here's Vardaresian up top, over to Corsini. Also in the game is Tyler Weatherby for the Hawks. And here's Darling with another foul. Gordy wishing the refs would put the whistle away right now. The Hawks are up to the line again with Darling. Darling having a strong presence down low, driving hard to the hoop early on. He's at the line now. Puts in the first one. Here's a substitution for both teams. Robbie Gallery comes out for the Canton Bulldogs, and in comes Mishler. And on the court also for Canton Bulldogs is mystery man number 14, who would not have on the roster. And here's Foster. Over to Lentil. Being guarded by Weatherby for the Hawks. Weatherby very tight on Lentil. Great defense here. Hawks are committed to defense tonight, that's for sure. Here's Mishler up top, and White giving him trouble. White's been giving Mishler trouble all night so far. It's a contested 3 that doesn't go in. Mishler gets the ball back. Great rebound by number 14 for the Bulldogs. Here's Lentil down low. Lentil drives outside and finds the bank and in. So it's 15-11 now, 4-point game. Hawks got to watch out now. Here, would you like a wristband? Giving out wristband and doing commentating, all for the sake of Milford TV. And the rebound is fought for down low by White. And I believe they're going to call a jump ball. Here's Saylor back into the game. Vardaresian takes a seat. So we get a shot at Earl waiting for his halftime show. But back to basketball here as number 14 tries to find Mishler inside, but that's deflected by White. White, quick hands tonight on defensive end, and here's Saylor for 3, but that rims out. Nice rebound by Perez. Perez over to Saylor. Saylor's going to calm things down here and direct traffic. And here's Weatherby over to Perez to Darling. See if Darling can get inside here, but White's going to try it himself. Can't find much. Perez outside, a lot of time to shoot, and in and out. Nice looking shot by Perez, and that's kicked out by number 14, so that should be Hawks ball. which is the right call. Seaver looking a little bit calmer. Was irate in the first minute of the game when couldn't figure out a possession call. And off the rebound is Saylor. Good job by Saylor getting down low. He's a point guard. He doesn't have to be down there, but he puts in the effort to get the rebound and right back up for the score. Here's Lentil now driving through traffic. What a great move inside. Very, very snake-like there. Just slithering his way under the basket for two. And here's Weatherby off his foot. Gets control back, gives it to Saylor. Saylor pump fakes, shoots, gets his own rebound here. And almost an up down, found Perez, and he's open for three. He's gonna take it. Ooh, just misses it. There's Foster with under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Second quarter moving along quickly. Oh, what a move by Foster. He puts it up, gets the contact, and puts it in. Now, the question is, can he cap the three-point play? He's had trouble at the line all night. Foster, once again, mentioned earlier, but he is a 1,000-point scorer for the Canton Bulldogs. You always have to respect those 1,000-point scorers. And so he makes the three-point play, and it's now a one-point game. Going into the half, we got 40 seconds left here. Perez over to Corsini. Perez down low to Corsini. Great move by Corsini, and a quick reaction move, catches in the air, puts it in for two. So it's 19-16 now. Canton looking for the last shot, possibly. Shot clock is off. Foster directing traffic over to Lentil. And number 14 down low. And that's a three from Matt Giglio, who came back in the game, struggled early, but he hits the three to tie it up here. 2 seconds left. Corsini puts it up. Oh, nice shot by Corsini, but not enough. And that is an appropriate score for this matchup tonight. 19-19, going into half. A lot of defense, a lot of fouls, a lot of tight play. But these two teams match up well. We'll have the conclusion of this game coming back after the half. We'll see you then on Milford TV. We'll be back. And we're back for the second half. As Mike screws up the scoreboard. Disregard that while we fix that. And Brendan White up top, scoreboard's back. He's down low and he gets blocked, so that's an up and down. Tight game here. If you're just tuning in, I'm Bobby Moonchild, filling in for Tim Coette and Patrick Garapi. So bear with me. I found out who number 14 for Canton is. He's Lancey Dorselius. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. So inbounding for Canton will be Fitzgerald inside and up the court now. It's Canton. Foster with the ball now. It's Lentil, corner. And I've got to stand up and look over this guy because he's blocking my view. Lentil now. I'm sorry, Fitzgerald now will inbound the ball to Mischler. Mischler has been trying to find his three ball for most of the night. Here's Foster driving inside, throws it up, runs into Darling, and that's just going to be a loose ball out of bounds, no foul there. In the first half, we saw a lot of fouls from both sides, trading fouls, a lot of whistles, a lot of physical play. Low scoring, but still a lot of action. Here's Corsini inside to Darling. Nice floating pass. Nice play. And that's what Coach Ryan Gordy for the Bulldogs does not want to see. He's been trying to stop that down low penetration for the layups underneath, but Milford's been finding a way to exploit that defense of the Bulldogs and get inside. Darling is just having a great night tonight. I have not kept track of how many points he has, but I can tell you this, he's playing very physical, very assertive, driving the ball with authority down low and scoring baskets. Here's Foster up top, guarded by White. White's defense has been phenomenal all night. Foster again with the ball. In and out. Mischler fighting down low with White. White, great job fighting for that ball. White's no stranger for diving for a ball when needed. Here's Darling to Perez. Corsini. Corsini's going to look for his shot. He had a 3 early on. Here's Saylor. Offline, that back rims out to Foster. Here's Fitzgerald now. Robbie Gallery back in the game. And here's Gallery. He's going to be called for a travel. Still just a 2-point game here. Vardaresian comes in for Milford. And Vardaresian's going to bring it up the court. Sitting down is Brendan Saylor. I believe Saylor's in a little bit of foul trouble, so that's why he's coming out of the game. Vardaresian's a nice quick option off the bench. Brings a lot of energy. And here's a foul against Canton. So Milford will inbound. Corsini's going to inbound here. And to the bench for Canton goes Robbie Gallery. Here's Perez now with the ball. Perez being guarded by Fitzgerald very tightly. He can't get off a good shot, and the rebound by Matt Giglio. Here's Fitzgerald. Can't find room against Darling, but outside to Giglio, and he finds his shot. Giglio struggled early on, but he's found a stroke here at the end of the second and into the third. It's 22-21. The Bulldogs have the lead now. And White can't find the basket. And Foster brings it up the court. Foster, and for a 3 is Giglio, but he misses it, and the Hawks are lucky he did because he was wide open, had time to make that shot. Here's Vardaresian over to Corsini. Vardaresian down low to White. White can't find any room. Vardaresian up top over to Perez. Perez with the floater, can't find it. And Foster down the court. Foster puts it up, fakes the pass over. Can the Hawks get the rebound? I believe it's going to stay Canton ball. And it is. There's a shot of Coach Ryan Gordy looking for better defense from his team. Fitzgerald to inbound. Foster up top to Giglio. Giglio outside. Fitzgerald in and out. And Darling can't secure it. It's on the ground now. Dom Schofield back in the game. Vardaresian can't find it. Top potato right now. Corsini comes up with it. He's going to push it and slow things down. Vardaresian. Darling inside, and there he is again. It's almost an identical play every time, and the Canton Bulldogs cannot stop it. Darling down low. That is the formula tonight. And once again, he's going back to the line. This is either his 3rd or 4th trip to the line trying to complete a 3-point play. Very impressive stuff from Jordan Darling tonight. He is on point. And he misses, and there's going to be a push foul here. Canton's going to get the ball. Both teams struggling a bit at the line. Milford doing a little bit better of a job so far. And now Milford employing a full court press. The Bulldogs figure it out, and here's Fitzgerald up top. Lentil now back in the game. Here's Foster up top, and a nice steal by Corsini, anticipating the pass, and that's easy too for Corsini, as he's got some speed on his side. And here's Lentil now working around Darling, and Vardaresian moves in but can't get him to put up the shot. Back outside of Foster, he back runs it, and Corsini down the court again. Oh, he gets stripped, but there's a foul. Matt Giglio gets a little bit too much arm on that one. Physical play again in the second half from the Bulldogs. And to the bench is our former mystery man, Dracelius. He's going to sit down. Brendan White with the ball. Inside to Dom Schofield, who spent some time on the bench earlier. And they're going to miss the three there, but there's White with the rebound. Nice, strong putback. White's been working great underneath the hoop, getting those loose balls and rebounds, and his defense been on point as well. Here's Foster for three, front rims it. Foster's cooled down since the first half. Here's Vardaresian moving the ball up the court. Corsini. And the ball gets deflected. It was meant for Blanchard, but here's Matt Giglio, and they're going to call the offensive foul to the dismay of head coach Ryan Gordy for the Bulldogs. That was a 50-50 one. Trying to be unbiased here, but it looked like there was a little bit of movement, but the ref says his feet were set. So to the bench goes Foster, and that's huge for the Hawks right now. Devin Foster, the 1,000-point scorer for the Bulldogs, is on the bench. Let's see if the Hawks can take advantage. Blanchard with the ball, being worked by Giglio. Corsini. Dom Schofield inside, working like a big man should, and he puts up a ball that does not go in the hoop. So now we either have a foul. Lots of whistles tonight. So Giglio is getting a foul there. There's Corsini with the inbound. Blanchard just putting up a three right away. Good looking shot, but can't find the net. Here's Fitzgerald, strong move inside, rebound. Brendan White was there. He went up first. Looked like Brendan White had position on that ball, but they're going to call it against him. And Seaver doesn't like the call either, and I'm in agreement with Seaver. Looked like White had the position. But here we go, it's Canton ball, so maybe a makeup call there as White pushes the ball out of bounds. White's got quick hands tonight, getting his hands in the way of a lot of passes and inbounds so far. Gordy barking out to his team, saying, know what to do. Fitzgerald, ball in the corner. Three ball put up, that in and out from Giglio. Also on the court is Robbie. Also on the court for the Canton Bulldogs is Robbie Gallery and Ryan Lentil, and there's a basket for the Hawks. Vardaresian puts in two. He strips the ball as well, and Matt Giglio's got to watch out. He's in foul trouble now with another foul. Once again, this is Bulldogs are fighting without Devin Foster on the court right now. So Ryan Gordy's going to take a timeout. He doesn't like what he's seeing. They're going to regroup, and we'll be back after this timeout here on Milford TV. Back to action in the Milford gym. Now Brendan White at the line, shooting two. He hits the first one. The Hawks are in the bonus now as the Bulldogs have 7 fouls in this third period. And White hits two. So again, the Hawks better at the line tonight. I don't have the specific stats of the free throws, but just eyeballing it, they've had better success. There's another steal by Corsini, who gives it right back. Great energy from Corsini on both sides of the court. And Canton with the ball. Ryan Lentil driving in. He finds a lane, puts in 2. So with Foster on the bench, the Hawks were able to score some much needed baskets. And they have a 7-point lead right now at the end of the third quarter, under a minute here until we hit the fourth. Here's Brendan White with the ball. Down low to Schofield. Corsini driving, baseline, and in, and 1. Bulldogs struggling down low, having trouble stopping the down low penetration, the layups inside. The Hawks have been exploiting that all night. So here's Corsini looking for the 3-point play. And he hits it. .49 seconds left in the third here, as Fitzgerald is going to inbound it for the Bulldogs. Foster, full court press by the Hawks. Spin move here inside, blocked by White. And that was Robbie Gallery. Pretty nice moves from the big man. Spun inside and found 3 Hawks ready to foul it. In terms of fouls, it's 8-3. Canton with 8. And Gallery goes to the line. Let's see if he can do better at the free throw line than the rest of his teammates, and he does. 34-25. And he puts in both. It's a nice job by Gallery, driving the lane and getting the foul and putting them both in. Here's Corsini to Saylor. Saylor directing traffic, looking for Darling. Darling can't get away from Fitzgerald. Saylor is very vocal right now, looking for Darling underneath, and Darling gets picked up, thrown down, no call. Saylor for 3, he hits it. Here's Fitzgerald. 37-26, largest lead of the night for the Hawks tonight. And no shot here, as Foster ends up on the floor at the end of the third quarter. And we move into the fourth quarter with a score 37-26 in favor of the Scarlet Hawks. We'll be right back here on our coverage on Milford TV. Oh yes, and we come back to the beautiful sounds of Motorhead, letting you know that it's time to play the game. It's the fourth quarter. The student section is rocking, and we've got a nice game here. The Hawks do not want to let Devin Foster, the 1,000-point scorer, back into this game. They've been having great defensive effort all night, especially from Brendan White. Darling's been an offensive force inside, and Saylor's been a nice key part of this lead here for the Hawks. So Brendan White will inbound the ball to Saylor as we start the fourth quarter. Foster guarding Saylor. Over to Perez. Perez up top to Corsini, gives it to Saylor. Darling outside. Inside to White. White with the foul. Nice work by Darling and White. Great ball movement by the Hawks. Very quick, decisive. Saylor's been the maestro of the offense so far. When he doesn't like something, he calls it off. And when they like something, they're very decisive. The Hawks always tend to play well in their home building, but tonight they look a little bit more confident with their plays. And here's White with the free throw. And he makes both of them. Oh yeah, totally, yeah, takes them. People taking free stuff off the Milford TV table. And and here's Fitzgerald up the court here. And that's Giglio in the corner. He misses the three. Canton not finding their shots. They've had the open looks. They can't sink them. Here's White up the court. He wanted the foul from the ref. He's not getting it. And here's Foster now. Fitzgerald, Giglio, Fitzgerald. There's Lentil now. Haven't heard from him in a while. He puts in the two. Nice left-handed drop shot. Here's Saylor with the ball. Saylor looking to calm things down. Got a sizable lead, so they don't need to rush the ball up and down the court. Here's Corsini looking for a shot. Puts it up, and nothing's there. It's Fitzgerald now. Nice drive by Fitzgerald. Quiet off on the offensive side, but he's been distributing the ball well, and his defense is there tonight. And they're not going to give him the shot there, so that's interesting. So he'll inbound it here. There's a shot of Ryan Gordy, head coach of the Canton Bulldogs. Here's Foster in the ball away, and here's the shot. It's a three ball from Lentil, doesn't find it. Here's White underneath. So, ooh, hard fall by Lentil. Let's hope he's okay there. He gets right back up. Tough kid. And he fell out of bounds with possession of the ball, so the ball's going to go back to the Hawks. Saylor now with the ball being guarded by Foster. 6.5 minutes left. Bulldogs picking up the defensive pressure here. Down low to White, he doesn't like it, kicks it back out. Corsini for three, hits it. You can't leave Corsini open like that. He has a great shot, and he drains it there. And the reach-in foul here on Brendan White. Not a horrible foul, but a foul nonetheless. Here's Adam Schofield coming in for Corsini. So possibly for defensive. He gets a nice high five from his coach, Paul Seaver. Paul Seaver, one of the most animated coaches you'll see on the sideline. He uses the whole sideline up and down. Hands on the hips, squatting, crouching. He does it all, and he yells a lot too. Great stuff from Coach Seaver. Here's Darling with the rebound. Saylor calling out the play. Perez. Darling up top to Saylor. Down low to Schofield. Schofield doesn't like it. Passes it back out to Saylor. Saylor to Perez. Saylor again. 6 on the shot clock. Down low to Schofield. He's got to work against Giglio. Can't get up a quality shot. It's partially blocked. And here's Foster down, and a nice pass. Oh, and it looks like Saylor had his feet set for the offensive foul. And no argument there from Gordy. They could have had two there if Foster pulled up. And Saylor around the back, around Foster, over to Schofield, down low to Darling. Darling's gonna, almost get the three-point chance again. Same play, he's down low, working the baseline. Puts up a quality shot, but gets fouled, so he'll go to the line. 42-28, the Hawks looking to build their lead now. And he rims it. See if we can talk about the Kelly Rex division quickly. Attleboro with an 11-2 overall record, 8-1 in the Kelly Rex. Attleboro looks like the team to beat in the Hawk this year. Very strong start to their season. Franklin, also a strong start, 9-3 overall, 7-2 in the Kelly Rex. Mansfield, 10-2 overall, 7-2 in the Kelly Rex. And we'll talk about the rest if we have time later. Saylor with the ball, guarded by Foster. Darling has it, guarded by Fitzgerald. Now Perez to Schofield, back to great movement here on the offensive side with the Hawks. White puts up a shot, can't find it, and the ball's ripped away from Darling. Here's Fitzgerald. And that's a jump ball. It's going to go back to Canton here on the inbound. Canton's got to work with some urgency here. They are down by a considerable amount in the fourth quarter with only 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. So it'd be nice to see some urgency out of the Bulldogs. Coach Ryan Gordy doesn't like the effort being put in, so he takes a timeout. So we'll go back to those Kelly Rex Division standings. Taunton, also with a respectable 9-4 overall record, 6-3 in the division. Oliver Ames 6-5 overall, 4-5 in the division, and King Philip 4-6. So the Kelly Rex Division is having a season while the Davenport is kind of lagging behind. A lot of 3-6 teams, 3-5 North Attleboro team, 3-6 Stoughton in the division, and an 0-9 Sharon team. So things are going to get really interesting in the Davenport division as we continue this season. Again, Canton at the top, but Milford can move into that second spot. There's a 4-way tie for second right now in the Davenport. So back on the court now, we have Perez, Saylor, Schofield, White, and Darling looking to extend this lead and put this game away for good against their Hockomock rivals, the Canton Bulldogs. Here's Darling on the inbound into Saylor. Full court press here. Well, not quite. Just covered tightly by Fitzgerald. Schofield along the sideline. And looks like he gets a little reach-in foul from Giglio. And he might have to take a seat on the bench because of foul trouble, and he does. And in comes Mischler. Mischler saw a lot of time early on. He couldn't really find his shot, though. And to the line is Schofield. So let's see how Schofield does in terms of free throws. And he finds the net. Thanks for tuning in to our live streaming coverage on milfordtv.net and the live stream app. We try to do most of these home games live for you on the internet. So thanks for watching. Here's Foster bringing it up the court for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are getting past the press, but they're shooting themselves in the foot towards the end when they want to score. They usually have a man open, but a couple of plays earlier, we saw Foster committing the offensive foul. That wiped away 2 points. There, the ball skips out of bounds on them, so they lose some points there. They're in this game, but they can't seem to get the baskets they need, and there's blown coverage. Darling right under the net again. Darling's been living under the net. And here's the ball all over the place. Saylor picks it up behind the back. Nice pressure from the Hawks to get the ball back on the breakout. Saylor moving around his man. And we're going to have a timeout here. Coach Paul Seaver, he knew that the Hawks were having trouble setting up that offense, so he took a timeout. Why not? The Hawks are in need of some wins here. As we went over the standings earlier, every win is going to matter now for the Hawks. They're not completely out of it yet. And we're back. The fourth quarter here, the Milford Gymnasium. Here's Darling. 6 on the shot clock. He's got to put it up. But again, strong to the hoop, and he gets fouled again. I have not kept track of how many points Darling has, but it's probably a lot. He's lived under the hoop, been putting in a lot of layups, getting fouled a lot, getting to the line and sinking his shots at the line, and that's important. Free throws are fundamental, but they can be taken for granted sometime, and the Hawks have done a great job of forcing themselves into a position where they will get fouled, and they've also been making the free throws. So Darling makes them both, and the lead is up to 48-28. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion now, but the Hawks are not letting up, and they've got the press going. They take the ball back, and they get fouled again. Perez this time. Great work from the Hawks all around tonight. Defense, offense. The jungle loves it. They're going to let them know it. Gordy's going to have his whole team meet up before this free throw. And they're back on the court now with Perez at the line. So this Milford team has done a great job against a 7-4 overall Canton Bulldog team. They got Foster into foul trouble in the third quarter. And they were able to build a lead when he was on the bench. So that was key. That was a key point in this game. Foster on the bench and the Hawks scoring baskets. Great movement all around from the Hawks offensively. Been very assertive passing the ball. Not a lot of hesitation. And on the defensive end, they've been doing that, stuff like that. Getting hands in the way of passes and making steals and getting the ball back. Here's Darling getting fouled again. And if they're not in the... Oh, they're definitely in the bonus now. The Hawks are in the bonus. So those will be shots as well. As we get a look at the cheerleading squad. Milford Hawks, who previous years have won back-to-back-to-back state championships. A great squad coached by Heather Johnson. And they do things that only crazy people should do, like this, flips in the air and crazy acrobatic stuff. So thank you to the Milford cheering squad. Thanks to the Jungle for being nice and loud tonight. And also thank you to this DJ that has been joining us at random home games this season for the basketball games. Here's White inbounding the ball here. White to Saylor. Hawks just looking to operate efficiently here. They're not going to try anything crazy. Keep that ball moving, work that clock, and secure a win. There's Saylor up top. To White. They're going to wait till the last second to shoot. White puts it up, can't find it. Corsini fighting for the rebound. White comes in anyways, and Canton Bulldogs have the ball again. Here's Foster looking for something, anything at this point, and he gets fouled. And he'll go to the line for two. Here's a shot of assistant coach for Canton Bulldogs talking to Ryan Lentil, number 21. Foster puts in the first free throw. Under 3 minutes here to go. We'll see some substitutions for the Hawks with a sizable lead. That's number 33. Max Martin coming in. Brendan White goes to the bench. Much deserved rest for Brendan White. He has been the spark plug on defense tonight. There's Corsini now with the ball. Perez back down low. Foster on Corsini. And he loses the ball. Saw streaking Max Martin, but Martin ran past the pass. And here's Mishler with a three. Saylor with the ball. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. The Hawks just looking to be patient here. Don't need to force up a shot if they don't have it. Perez makes Dorselius find the floor, and here is number 32, Robbie Gallery, with a quick two. Canton employing the full court press somewhat. Saylor bringing it up the court, finds Darling. It's Corsini. The Saylor. It's Martin. Perez. The Saylor. And Sailor tries a layup, can't find it, gets his own rebound. They're just going to kill some more of the clock now. Doesn't really matter if Canton fouls or not. The lead is substantial. And on the floor now is a kickball. So with 1 minute and 24 seconds left to go in this game, looks like Milford's going to improve their record to 5-8 overall, 4-6 in the Davenport. Canton will fall to 7-5 overall and 6-4 in the Davenport. Not sure what Foxborough or North Attleboro did tonight, but they're in the mix there. So we'll wait to see the scores of those games. Canton's going to have the ball here with 1:16. Just closing out this game tonight, I'd like to thank again our director, Mike Sperling, and our cameraman, Scott Crisafulli. There's a late 3 from Ryan Lentil. Bulldogs wishing they had those 3s earlier in the game when they were missing them. And in the game also for Milford is number 5, Ralph Franklin Jr. Max Martin over to Perez. Vardaresian in the game as well. Corsini back there in the court. Sailor getting a well-deserved rest. 3 stars of the game tonight, I would say, easily. Darling, White, and Sailor. They were the most active. White, incredible defense tonight, swarming defense, making steals. Nice effort also from Corsini, coming off the bench, hitting shots, also having a couple steals. And Darling was just an offensive force down low, doing whatever he wanted to on the baseline, inside, underneath the hoop. A lot of three-point plays the traditional way. Just great work from Darling all around tonight. And quality offensive movement, ball movement from the Hawks as well. Head coach Paul Seaver has got to be very happy with this win tonight, as number 5, Ralph Franklin, gets fouled. And some late subs here with 15 seconds. Seaver just wanted to get some of his underclassmen into the game. We'll see Weatherby come into the game here if there's time. Blanchard also on the court. Oh, there's a shot of Scott. It's a Scott shot, we'd like to call it. Scott Crisafulli is the man. Not only does he run camera and have a beautiful head of hair, but he's our Milford Highway Department director. He makes sure the roads are clear so you can get to these games when it's bad weather out, snowing. So thank you, Scott, for volunteering your time. And that'll do it. A commanding win for the Hawks as they put themselves in a better position to hopefully get a spot in the playoffs. Thanks again for joining us. Final score 50-37. And I'm Bobby Moonchild on the call. Thanks again to my director, Mike Sperling. And up top, we got Scott Crisafulli, everyone getting some free swag here. And we'll see you again as we return to the court, hopefully with Tim Coet. See you later, folks.